Have you ever lost in Classic Arena to a team with at least 100k power lower than yours? I have. And this is why power rating in Arena is the biggest scam I have come across so far in Raid Shadow Legends. By the end of the video, you'll see why ignoring power rating might be the smartest thing you can do in Classic Arena. Alright, so let's go into Arena and let's purposefully look for arena fights where teams have lower power. 148k power right here, and we're going into this fight with a team of 215k power. Keep in mind, I'm not ignorant to the fact that I don't know how to speed tune my teams as yet. I think I grasped the concept, but I'm not a professional at it and I haven't dabbled in it because I don't have enough gear to actually experiment with different speed tunes. And when I say speed tunes, I fully believe it's where you tune the speed of each champion so that the attacks work in a specific order. So for example, the one thing that I've been trying to do was to get Ugo faster than Gallic so that Ugo can come through with our A2, which decreases defense, and then Gallic can come through with his A3 and just nuke the entire team, right? So I think that's what speed tuning means. However, I'm no expert, we know this. All right, so before we begin, one of the homies in the comments actually asked to please show my champion roster. So I'm just gonna go through my champion roster real quick. Calling All Experts video where I spoke about Demon Lord Clan Boss. Let me just go through this roster right here. It's the quickest way for me to get the information to you, so I hope that's all good. I think I'm gonna show it like this. Gallic, Otto, Rector, Geo, Ugo, Fatman, Kale, Venomage, Lemonisi, War Maiden, Diabolist, Apothecary, Elena Roll, Haikatun, Mikey, Ethlin the Golden, Bareth the Blood-Soaked, Alika, Alhain, Soulbound Boya, Gom Yellowhand, Bardal Fellhammer, Wooji, Sir Artemage, Achak the Windarin, Lady Atessa, Relic Keeper, Spider, Creodin the Blue, Dark Aethel, Atur, Talia, Malkith Bloodflock, Fane, Jizzo, Delva, Hellgazer, Crimson Helm, Dark Alhain, Grunch Killjoy, Knight Errant, Kalia, Basilisk. So yeah, that's just legendaries and epics and some rares that I've actually leveled. These are just here for the fusion, same as that for the Lady Mikage fusion. So those are the only other 3 rares. So yeah, that's my account. My main Demon Lord team right now consists of Supreme Gallic, Rector, Geomancer, Ugo, and Kale. That's the team that I found that gives me the highest damage in Demon Lord. Sorry to put that information into this video, but I just like to reply to the viewers, to the community as quickly and as fast as possible. So thank you for bearing with me. Back to the arena. Let's get into arena. Oh no, is that boosted summons for ancients? When am I gonna learn to practice what I preach? I opened 5 ancients on this account yesterday. Sad days. Okay, to arena we go. So the main reason I stumbled onto the fact that my arena team is absolutely atrocious is because I've been focusing on arena because of the Arbiter mission upgrade and affinity bonus to level 7. Keep in mind, this is a lot harder than I thought it would be because level 7 you need gold medals, right? Which means you have to be in gold in arena, classic arena, to be able to do that. So we are currently in gold. We're no longer doing the 1 defense strat. We've got a full defensive team in classic arena. So this is why it's become a bit sweaty. And how have we done like on defense? So we've lost the last 3 defense attempts. Look at this. Here's a perfect example. Team power 134k. Team power 148k. And what's my team power? Sorry, I changed Kale, so let me just put Ugo back. This was the original team. So this team power here was 238k. Let's round it up to 240k. My team power in these defenses was 100k higher than this, 100k higher than that, and we lost those fights. This is exactly what has blown my brain, and I feel scammed. If we go down in the attack, we lost to a team with 120k power right here. I wish there was a way for me to repeat these battles. How cool would that be? Raid or Plarium? Wouldn't it be cool if you could go back into your battles and get like a replay feature involved there? Hook a brother up, man, hook a brother up. So we lost to a team with 120k power, we lost to a team with 144k power, and I mean, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I understand I do not know much about speed tuning. Is it really that much of a difference? I understand I've played games in the past where gear score is something similar to team power rating, right? And I know for a fact, because of the experience and the hours that I've played in those games, I don't solely rely on gear score to identify how potent said gear piece is or how powerful said gear piece is, because I understand that gear score could be misleading. I'm at a place now where I understand that it's exactly the same in Classic Arena. Team power rating is misleading. It's a scam. It's a lie. Let's just start. Even though it's minuscule, it's only like 20k power less. Let's see how it goes. Defeat to a team with lower power, right? Keep in mind, I understand that attacking manual, it would allow for me to add more power and more value to these fights. I do usually fight live arena. Well, obviously live arena I do in manual. However, Classic Arena I don't. I figured, okay, cool, Classic Arena is just an auto. But recently I've started manualing a lot more of my Classic Arena just so that I'm more engaged in the game that I'm playing. Just so that I'm not just sitting here AFKing like most of the other content, right? Side tip, if you can, learn how to manual your teams a lot earlier in your playthrough. For the newer players stumbling across this video, I know you might have gotten into this game, maybe like I did, and you just wanted to auto everything and do as little as possible. However, the sooner you learn to manual with your teams, the better. Because when you get to live arena, when you get to like Hydra content, it's crucial to understand exactly what your attacks do, what your kit brings, and how to use your kit to the advantage for your team. We've lost to a team with lower power. Now I understand, not really much power difference. For full transparency, I've also beat teams with like 50k to 75k more power than I had. So it does work the other way, but that happens maybe 2 to 3% of the time, whereas the other 97% of the time, I'm losing to teams with lower power. Surely we don't lose this fight, right? I mean, surely. It's not even 100k power, it's 2 people. Deacon coming in with the turn meter manipulation. I have no idea who that champion is on the left. Yeah, we don't lose this. No way we lose this. Easy. 184, another team with lower power. Let's see how we do. This champion right here, I despise them. I absolutely despise them. No idea what their name is. I'll check afterwards. But the fact that he is it counter attack? Not counter attack. The fact that he attacks every single time you attack is crazy. See what I'm talking about? I understand, right? I understand as gamers through the years, we've learned to accept the fact that certain power ratings or certain levels or certain gear scores do not directly correlate to output. I understand that. But being a new player to raid, I go to the power rating as a reference, right? To know if I'm doing good or if I'm doing badly. I think that's instinct. That's basic instinct to go to a new game and to be like, okay, Galek is now sitting at 74k power. Ugo's sitting at 66k power. The higher the power, the better they should be, right? But when it comes to a team, I think that specifically in arena fights, team synergy and speed tuning and timing the way things happen, the way you execute your attacks, I think that's way more crucial and impactful in arena specifically, and maybe even throughout other content of the game, like Hydra, different CBs, Demon Lord, Chimera. I'm at a point in my journey now where I'm starting to learn these things and I'm starting to see that raw power, quote unquote, is not enough. I think that synergy and speed tuning might be more crucial for your team than raw champion damage. I could be wrong. Again, I encourage you guys to please go through to the comments. You have been absolutely phenomenal with just engaging with me, allowing me to engage with you as well. This back and forth conversation is truly why I started all of this, so that we can bounce ideas off of one another, we can share progress with one another. Please go down to the comments, let me know so far if this has happened to you, first of all, if you're in the same boat as me, how you were able to fix it, if you managed to, or if we're just gonna fix it together after this video. Ooh, okay, I'm happy I did it. We spent 5 gems real quick just to refresh the list of opponents. And interesting one, 140k power, right? Against 215k power. Okay, they've got an Artor, they've got an Alice, they've got a UDK. I have no idea who this is. Sepulture Sentinel. So this team's only got 1 reviver, which is also a debate I'm having in my head, like a dilemma. Is 1 reviver enough, or is 2 to go for? Now, not only for Classic Arena, I'm also thinking about like Live Arena. I have so much fun playing Live Arena. It truly is phenomenal. Inspired by Siki. He's the biggest troll I've ever met. He literally just goes into a Live Arena fight, and if he knows he's going to lose and he can see the homies spent on their account, he just waits the time out, chooses a champion, waits the time out, chooses 2 champions, waits the time out, bans a champion, waits the timer out, chooses his leader, waits the timer out, forfeits the game. It's so toxic, but it's the kind of toxic that I can go with. So his main nuke over here, their main nuke over here is Alice, 140k. I don't think we lose this. I'm just thinking, like, not because of any other reason outside of, okay, they're going to get a strengthen from the auto. They're going to get a turn meter full with the auto, or turn meter boost with the auto, right? Then a lot of their shields and support are going to come from UDK. And what's her name again? Sepulcher. But they only have one nuke in Alice. And then with her attack, she's also going to do a decreased defense, right? Is it an A3? Decreasing each target's turn meter by 15%. I thought she had a decreased defense. Okay, it's turn meter. So technically that's the only nuke. Let's see how it goes. We are the champions, my friend. Alright, okay. Like I expected, victory. So keep in mind, for consistency purposes, every single fight in Classic Arena will be in auto. Now this next one, this makes me anxious. They got Syl, they got Rathalos, Blade Master, which I don't know much about. Ninja, he's an irritation, Monkey King, Sun Wukong. I might lose this. Let's see how it goes. We're looking kind of good though. We're looking kind of good. Everybody except Gallic and Wukong were burning. Okay, maybe we're not looking that good. Syl is so good, man. Okay, what does this mean? Tier bonuses. HP 16%, attack 16%, defense 16%. Are those my bonuses or the enemy's bonuses? Anyway, so here, another example, 50k power difference with my team having more power, but losing the fight. I just want to go and double check that real quick. Bear with me. I don't know whose bonuses those were that were displayed there. Wait, what bonuses is those? Where are those bonuses from? Okay, this confuses me. I guess now you guys can see actually how little I know. Please, if anybody wouldn't mind going to the comments and telling me what those bonuses been, I would love to find out exactly what those bonuses. I've never taken note of that before. Also, young shout out, thank you to Kia. Appreciate you. Homie came around and gifted the Forge Pass. We out here, baby. Much love, my brother. Much love. I'm gonna put it on one-time speed so that I can keep up. So here is almost 100k team power difference, right? Now, before we head into this fight, let me just say a couple of things. I've been preaching this since I can remember, since it's been preached to me. Speed is king. I know this, but saying and acknowledging that speed is king doesn't necessarily give you the exact information on the amount of depth that comes with that statement. Speed is king, right? I don't know, or I didn't know about speed tuning. I didn't know about team synergy. I didn't know about affinities that weak hit on weaker affinities, as we can see here. I knew that force is strong against magic. I knew that magic is strong against spirit. I knew that spirit is strong against force. However, I didn't know that force would weak hit spirit and that spirit would weak hit on magic. Now, in learning these things about affinities as well, you also then tend to realize the amount of depth that goes into building a really good arena team. And keep in mind, this is with my limited knowledge on Raid Shadow Legends, right? Like I think I'm just over 120 days. It's so much information. And then I just want to go into arena to farm my arbiter missions. And I know that I need to get one affinity bonus to level 7. And bang, we realize only gold medals can do that. I find myself in gold. I find myself losing to teams with 100k less. So okay, speed is king. All my champions are built like Kale's got what, like 200 speed? My Kale? Let's just go back and check this real quick, right? Let's just put this into perspective. So Galax, the first guy, he's got 166 speed. Cool, not the greatest. Otto, 205 speed, right? Rector, 190 speed. And then Kale, 205 speed. Oh, that's my arena team. So two of my champions have over 200 speed. One champion, which is my support champion, my healer, has just under 200. And then my nuker is the slowest. As I said that, I realized. No, that makes sense, right? You kind of want your nuker to be slower than your other champs so that they can put the debuffs and everything on, right? But then we look at Ugo, who's actually got the debuff that I need, the decreased defense debuff for Gallic to just come in and bang, nuke everybody. But I can't use her because she's just too slow. She's not faster than Gallic. So I know that Rector does a decreased attack, but I don't know. Can you guys see a better arena roster in my champion inventory? Can you guys see, like, maybe I should level up a Haikatun. Maybe I should build a Haikatun and throw it in there. Maybe I can use Mikey. Maybe I can 6-star Lemonisi. Do you guys see more potential in my champion roster of champions that I could potentially use to strengthen my arena team? Please let me know in the comments down below, yo. Another thing I'd like to touch on, my second point that I've learned from this, is that synergy, team synergy, is way more important than raw numbers and stats. For an example, this is just from like a live arena specifically. In live arena, I run, depending on who gets banned, but let's say perfect scenario, I put Geomancer in as bait, which often happens, and I know I'm not going to use him, but I put him in, but then he gets banned as bait, so they take the bait. Then I've got Otto as my lead for the aura, I've got Galek, I've got Kale, and I've got Ugo. Sometimes it's happened where before I changed the stats on Kale, but sometimes it's happened to where Ugo comes in with the decreased defense AoE, and then Kale comes in with his A2, which is a nuke, and then boom, like also AoE, and everybody dies. Like everybody dies because of that synergy between these two characters, more so than Galek coming through with a mad A3, but there's nothing that is initiated. I'm using initiation because, or the term initiate, because I'm thinking of Valorant now as well. Like perfect execution in Valorant will be a controller smoking certain areas of sight, then an initiator blinding the sight or doing something like that to allow the duelist to then take space on site, whilst the sentinels maintaining the fact that they're not getting flanked. Ugo is technically my initiator, right? Am I on the right track here? So if I'm not using somebody that decreases defense or does something along those lines, my nuke is just not being enabled. So synergy, team synergy, I figured out, or I found to be more important than raw numbers, raw stats, raw damage output. And then a question that I've got for you all. I've spoken about affinity a bit, but in Classic Arena, fighting in auto, is there moments where, like how often does it happen? Let's say, for example, Geomancer's in your Classic Arena team for some reason, and he puts his burn on, but then Fatman comes in and overrides his burn. Like, is that negative enough for you to want to kind of tune the way they fight in arena, the AI attacks? So do you then turn off Fatman's A2 to allow for Galek's burn or Geomancer's burn to be the only burns? I know that that's a big thing in Demon Lord because I've spoken about it before, and a lot of the comments have come through and actually told me the same thing about taking Fatman's A2 off if you're using him in Clan Boss with Geomancer. But in arena, does that matter? Please let me know. So for those of you out there that are obviously maybe newer than I am, keep in mind that champions have auras. Auras allow for them to contribute to the entire team in specific content if the aura is so limited. So to elaborate on this, as you can see, Otto is my leader. Auras are only applicable if in a leader slot. So Otto, aura skill, increase ally speed in arena battles by 25%. That is the easiest way to increase speed if you're struggling with speed. However, that is speed against your opponent. That, in my opinion, won't contribute to your speed tuning within your own team. So internally, that aura is just gonna up everybody's speed on your team by 25%. Therefore, if your team's not speed tuned without the aura, it's not going to make a difference. But in terms of you against the opponent, make sure that you've got a speed aura in arena battles or in all battles. That'll help you be faster than your opponent. And then that also touches on kind of what I need to focus on, in my opinion, moving forward in terms of arena and live arena. And I've been enjoying arena so much. Like, I enjoy Clan Boss, I enjoy Faction Wars. I've mentioned these in the other videos on the channel, but I've been enjoying arena so much more lately. Even classic arena, because I no longer auto the fights. I'm in a place where I feel like manualing the fights is just better and it's more engaging, and I'm there and it's cognitively stimulating, like I mentioned multiple times before. But specifically live arena, I enjoy it so much. One of my main focuses moving forward is going to be on building absolutely lethal arena team with speed tuning, with synergy, with everything that I've learned so far to make them insane, so that I can be the guy with 100 or 150k team power less that's clapping cheeks. You know what I'm saying? I'd like to be that guy who efficiently builds his arena team so that team power is a shower, but the synergy is the grower. So that brings me to my next point. Is there like a nice average speed that you guys who are way more experienced than I am, is there an average speed that you aim for when it comes to like gold classic arena, when it comes to silver live arena? Is there a go-to speed number, like let's say 250 and you know you're safe, or 220 and you're like, I'll be faster than majority of the people out there? Is there a number that you can use as a point of reference to work towards? Please let me know down in the comments below. Let's go into this fight one more time. I'm gonna put it on 1x speed, and this is just a perfect example of the scam that is power rating in classic arena. The absolute fib, the lie that has grated me in such different ways, that is power rating in classic arena. There's a prime example that you have seen. Team with over almost 100k difference in power rating, the opponent having a lower power rating than myself. What do? what I've mentioned in this video? Am I on the right track? Am I looking at it the right way? Is my perspective going to help add value to my arena team, or B, am I so wrong in my approach and I just have no idea what I'm doing? I come to you guys once again. Please help me. Happiness is a choice. Kindness is free. Leave your mark, yo. Peace out.